How do you feel? Because you have been toiling for all these years in danger, to try to change the system in Venezuela. How do you feel about this moment?
Well, we are very honored, grateful, and excited because it's a recognition for a whole society that over 26 years has worked tirelessly, has struggled, and has suffered much harm from a tyranny that it's not a conventional dictatorship. It is a criminal structure, a narco-terrorist structure that has taken over our country, our institutions, our resources, that has brought poverty intentionally and had made a third of our population the largest migration crisis in the world. A third of our population are being forced to flee Christian. So we have done great things together. We have worked civically. We won an election last year, presidential election, even though it was in very unfair, extreme conditions. And this is a confirmation that the world is supporting the cause for democracy and freedom in our region.
And you're in hiding. We're not revealing your location, but you are in Venezuela, which is pretty extraordinary given your situation. Do you think that this Nobel somehow puts a further shield around you? And how will you use it, the recognition, and I assume, I'm not sure, but I think there's money that comes with it, in the struggle?
Well, I do think it increases the cost for the regime to further harm me. After we won the elections, a few hours afterwards, I was accused of terrorism and all the crimes you can imagine from the regime. You know, the worst repression wave was unleashed. We are talking about thousands and thousands of volunteers that were disappeared or imprisoned. Their homes were marked with crosses just because they were defending the vote. The Inter-American Commission on Human Rights have called this terrorism of state. The fact-finding mission of United Nations have called and these as crimes against humanity. I'm talking about even children that were in prison, women tortured and abused just because they defended their votes. So, of course, we're all under, great harm. There are over 850 prisoners of war that are, our heroes under Maduro's strength, and this is a difficult moment, but I am absolutely convinced that we are finally at the threshold of freedom and democracy, because finally all vectors have aligned and the regime is weaker than ever. Christian.
Can I ask you, do you ever feel fear? You don't sound it, you don't look it, but there must be a huge amount of pressure. That's one question. And the related question is, how do you lead a movement from the shadows? And do you think the opposition is now even more united?
Oh, certainly. Our country is more united than ever. I dare to say there's no other society in our region, perhaps in the world, as cohesive as Venezuelan society. I mean, think about this. 90% of our population wants the same, not only Maduro to go, but we want our children back home. We want a country in which we can live with dignity, in which we are equal in face of the law, in a country in which you can speak out, in which you can work with solidarity and generosity. We have teared down the barriers Chavismo had built to divide our society. I mean, Venezuela has no religious tensions, racial differences, regional differences, economic or social. I mean, that's why I insist that this is going to be, even though a great challenge, because the country has been devastated economically and institutionally and turned into the criminal hub of the region, this is going to be an orderly transition because that's what the people want. Mm-hmm. And the center is the people. So that's my answer to you. And I have so much trust in the Venezuelan people that I know this will have huge impact in the region. Christian, Cuba and Nicaragua will fall as well. I mean, this is a unique moment for the Americas.
So you're not afraid then? And Maduro called you, what did he call you? A demonic witch when he heard about you being awarded this. You call him soulless. Do you think they dare to hurt you?
Oh, yes, I do. They are there. They would dare to do anything to stay in power. But at the end, as we speak, he's more isolated than ever, not only locally, I mean, internally. Even he doesn't even trust the armed forces or the police. This crazy idea, which is all fake about, arming militias, is because he doesn't trust the military. Over 80% of the armed forces are with us. They're also suffering hunger and humiliation, and they want to be part of a secure nation.